Hi, and welcome to the latest edition of Ghost News Network. Today is our paranormal news and discussion. Mike's got a topic for us. So what do you got for us today, Mike?
Alright, so there was like two movies that I just watched recently. One was called The Possession of, it's Hannah Grace. Right in the beginning of the movie, I'm not going to spoil the whole thing, but in the beginning of the movie there's this girl, and she's possessed by a demon. And while she's possessed, she's really like fucking out there. And she basically like lifts up one of the priests, like I guess through her mind, like he like throws him against the wall and he like slams back and he dies. He hits like this thing and it goes through his head and he dies. And she's like lifting up the other priest or whatever, and the father's in the room. And he's yelling, stop, stop, stop. She wouldn't stop, you know, because she's possessed. So he takes a pillow, okay, and he puts it over her head to kill her. And then once she dies, the activity stops. The priest comes down and everything's fine, you know. So the question is, all right, so with demonic possession, if the demon possesses a person that's alive, so if the person is dead, it leaves the body. Like in Exorcism of Emily Rose, when she passed away, the demon moves on. The demon doesn't die, it just moves on. Not necessarily jumps into the next person, but goes wherever it came from. So I was thinking, and is there a way to take someone that is possessed and instead of calling in like a church or whatever, you know, and going the spiritual and religious base to exorcise the demon out of the person's body, is there a scientific way to relieve the demon? So whoever's seen Flatliners, okay, where they purposely put you under and kill you and then they bring you back to life, would that work? That's my question. It kind of, you know, I literally just watched Flatliners for the first time a couple weeks ago, and then I was watching the beginning of this movie, and it just kind of like struck something in my head, like, holy shit, could that really work? It's interesting, and I don't know, is that a scientific way to exorcise a demon out of someone's body by killing them?
First question I have is, did you watch the original Flatliners or the remake?
Probably the remake.
Michael J. Fox was in it, so...
Yes.
I haven't watched it.
Alright, this conversation is null and void. Didn't see that.
But, I don't know, it struck interest, and I'm like, I wonder if that would work.
But what if you're actually going to then open up more to come through? You know what I mean? Because then it's kind of like in a limbo.
Right.
And so, what if you actually pull more stuff through?
Is that just because you were possessed, or is that because you're messing with death?
Both.
Because people come back to life every day, you know?
Right.
People flatline,
Mike,
and they come back.
Right.
my question is,
Some of them have weird shit that happened to them afterwards.
I
Can't
do.
deny that.
my question is this. In like the case of the exorcism of Emily Rose and things like that, they say that if you accept Jesus Christ, you can be saved. If not,
Right.
your soul is damned.
Mm-hmm.
If you flatline that person, are you helping the demon do its job? Does the soul get taken at that point? Does the soul, you're helping it finish its job, or are you saving the soul by killing the person before it becomes damned, before it comes past that point, and then bringing them back? Like this is total off the rails. We're trying to take the religious aspect of possession, and we're trying to apply a scientific method to it.
Right.
And it's just real hard to put that sandwich together.
Here's the question.
Not really. I mean, it's pretty basic and simple when you think about it. I mean, it's straightforward. I mean, it's what can happen afterwards, of course.
Right.
But
Are they dead, though? To me, that's the question. You know, if someone flatlines, but you bring them back, I mean, to me, when you say someone's dead, they're dead. They're dead and they're gone. So, I mean, you could say someone died and you brought them back, but technically, you know, you could argue that they're not really dead. You know,
Was it just
their heart stopped beating, but they're not really dead. You know, you could. You know,
Well, there's a difference between
brain activity works for a certain amount of time after the body stops.
There's a difference between brain dead and the rest of your body being dead.
See, there's two things that I thought of at first. It's A, are you having this conversation with the person in the room where this demon knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah, but when you talk about demonic possession, it's almost like they can read minds in that aspect. Like, a lot of times they'll say, when you're dealing with somebody that's possessed, say if me and Dimitri in that room, we're in a case, what it's going to try to do to break us down, it's going to talk mad shit. It might start blurring out, all of my, like, childhood fucking memories and shit. And everyone around the room was like, what the fuck?
So
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
even worse.
So
That's even worse. So
it knows. It definitely will. I would go with the fact that it would probably know.
Okay, so we're saying that if a vessel dies, the demon will move on from that body, but not necessarily go to the next person.
Right. I don't think that,
Right.
because otherwise in a possession case,
You never see it hopping around.
everyone in the
That's
room
not
would
what
be possessed
happens.
at some point.
Well,
The
what-
person is chosen because they meet a certain criteria.
What's that step though? Do we know? We don't really know what that step is. Like, does the demon immediately get pulled back to hell? Does we don't know? Can it hang around? Does it have that ability? Because if it does, then if the body comes back,
It goes right back.
Well, what if the soul's evicted now? It's just like the demon has full reign over. Like there's nothing left in there but just that.
my second thought is demons are not easy to fool. So it's like if the whole thing is literally a trick. So I don't know how well that.
I mean, it's not a trick in that the person's faking death. You're literally killing
But
somebody.
but you are
Right.
doing it purposely so that you can.
Get one over on the demon.
Yeah,
The question
yes.
is, does a demon need a soul to latch onto
Or does it just need a body?
for it to cause a possession?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, I don't. I've never heard
Body.
of.
a dead corpse.
Or how
Right.
can dolls get one if it just needs a body?
But it doesn't necessarily inhabit the doll. It more so
Like
manipulates it, right?
We also see demonic possessions at a certain. Well, we're pretty public about that, right? Where it is.
I mean, haunted items, yeah. I mean, but there's. I mean, how do you get rid of it? I don't know. I mean,
They're not really possessing the item,
They're-
they're just
it's
manipulating the item.
manipulating it more than anything. Might be an attachment. But if you feel like, I don't know. It's just interesting. I feel like,
I personally don't think it would work.
I think it might.
I think there's too many wildly unknown variables.
Oh, there's a lot.
yeah.
Like,
Oh,
there's
that's
a lot.
wildly, but I would lean
Absolutely.
more on the side that Will said that it
That sounds like a challenge.
would have worked. Well, I was thinking what we need.
There's only one way to sell it.
What we need is
Yeah.
about 100 people that will all sign a waiver that we can kill.
How
them.
many do we want
And
They have,
bring them back.
they have to be
Okay.
possessed. They have to possess them
Well, we
first.
gotta
You
possess
know,
them.
you
There's a
can
couple of
bring-
waivers.
You can definitely bring somebody back that's flatlined. That's been deemed dead.
We'll
and
have
they
to
can try
send
and
somebody
come
back to the group?
Now, what stage of possession do you think is too far? Then, like, if you do it too soon, it's like that could also be another variable. You know,
We're
if
gonna
it's-
need
Do they have to be floating people all over the place?
I'm saying, like, the
Did it get to
concept's
that
easy,
point?
but when we start breaking down all the details, it gets hard to put together.
Here's another
It's-
question. Oh, sorry.
Go for it.
Do we know for sure if someone's possessed and they die? Do we really know the possession ended? I mean, or is the demon maybe trapped in a dead body? I
bring
mean,
the soul to hell.
Because then that would put a lifespan on a demon at that point. So you're telling me that the demon that possessed Annalise Michaels, which is actually Emily Rose, that demon stuck in the grave. That, from every demonology lecture and every demonologist that I spoke to, there is no lifespan. They do not die. You cannot kill a demon. So I think it moves on. That's what and the demon that possessed
not sure.
Annalise Michaels definitely possessed other people. So it's not.
Alright, so there's
Oh yeah,
because, I
yeah.
mean,
The name that they got
it
possessed
died,
other. It's
but
a
it could
big
be
name.
trapped.
It's been around. It's been out there. So it's not like it's trapped within.
It seems like there's got to be some sort of anchor. If you're talking about a doll, the doll is possessed because of something that happened with the doll that put that energy on it for it to. Because you're not going to see a demon just attached to any old thing. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm going to be part of the equipment case. There's got to be some kind of emotional. When you talk about the Annabelle doll, there's an emotional connection to that doll that put that energy there for something to latch onto it. It seems like when you're talking about a demonic case, there's something that anchors it down. Whether it's a soul that's ripe for the picking because of its lack of belief, whether it's lack of faith, any of that stuff, it becomes an anchor at that point. By killing that person for a small amount of time, do you cut that anchor, sending the demon reeling back like a fish into the ocean, and then when you bring them back, they come back okay.
Wait, who reels fish back into the ocean?
Me, have you gone fishing with? Oh no, it was who didn't want to grab the fish? Brandon.
Okay, so now do you think with Annabelle, with the real doll, do you think that demon's trapped in that case with the doll?
No.
Okay,
That
so-
demon's long gone. I personally don't think it's still there. There's
Okay.
no way.
So do you think all the stuff that's around it was it just kind of like it was attached at one point, but it just kind of like pops back like, oh, you're talking shit, like it's necessarily not with it 24/7? Because then how do you know that? All right, this person dies. Okay, it moves on, but you bring it back. It's like, oh, all right, shit, come back to it.
Pop right
Like,
back on you.
yeah, like
It could, yeah. I
It
mean,
could, but
come
it
back.
also could change that person's mindset and that their thought process to what they just experienced, and then it might not become an anchor anymore. Do you know what I mean? When you're talking people, if you live through an experience like that, it changes you. You're not going to be the same person you were before it happened.
Or, I mean, and you're talking, it better happen in real quick of time, because I'm sure when you purposely flatline somebody, you got a certain amount of time where you can't wait 15, 20 minutes and then bring them back. They're different dead. Or it's, I remember one of the cases that we were on, not mentioning the name, the guy was like, I almost want to die to fight this fucking thing. Because I can't fight it in our form here. So I want to die so I can fight this. So, I mean, yeah, but you're opening that up. I mean, realistically, what happens at that point? All right, yeah, you're stronger here in this world, but what about the next?
I would doubt that a human soul could just like square up with a demon. Like,
Probably one way to
I
find
don't know.
out.
just catch these hands real quick and
Oh,
then come
yeah.
back.
Because you're not in this realm anymore. You know, so it's I don't know.
For me personally, I think there's a focal point to possession. There, whether it be a soul, an object that energy has been poured into a certain way, or whatever it is. And I think that by removing that focal point, whether it be the soul, the doll, or whatever, you could potentially release it through killing them and bringing them back.
Oh, just a thought.
But
What do you
I mean,
guys
that's
think?
I think it's possible. Like
Like
we're saying,
Definitely possible.
like we were saying earlier before the cameras were rolling, it's paranormal. Anything's fucking possible.
I'm just curious to see, throw it out on YouTube and see what people's thought process is on that. I mean, that's people always say about religion and this and that with possessions, and all right, well, if somebody is possessed, because some people believe in possessions, but they don't believe in religion. So it's like, all right, well, here's your scientific aspect of it. Scientifically, this is a possible way to exorcise a demon out of somebody's body without using any form of religion whatsoever. Could it happen? We don't know. But there you go.
Anybody got any closing thoughts?
I don't think it works.
Okay. Well, now that you've heard Will's rambling. So thank you guys very much for joining us on this latest edition of Ghost News Network. Let us know, what do you think in the comments section below. And if you haven't yet, give this video a like. You can share and subscribe to our videos. You can also click that little notification bell so you know when all of our content is being uploaded to YouTube. So thank you guys very much for joining us. And until next time, take care, guys.